Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of RossLeeTV, as known as Ross Boss. And today, my friends, I'm going to be doing a match for Money in the Bank. This is like another prediction sort of match, and today I'm going to be playing as Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph Ziggler is one of my all-time favourites of this generation of wrestling. Dolph Ziggler is a really great competitor. The athleticism of Dolph Ziggler is incredible, and now, yes. Yes, I'm a massive Daniel Bryan fan as well. Anyway, what I was just trying to say, Dolph Ziggler is probably my favourite superstar. He's one of my favourite superstars at the moment. Dolph Ziggler is absolutely incredible with his ability in wrestling. And take nothing out of Alberto Del Rio, even though he's now a heel, he wasn't a very interesting champion at all. Especially, I got extremely pissed off when I watched, pardon my language, but it got extremely annoyed that Dolph Ziggler lost the world title after coming back from an injury. And I mean, and when I actually saw the match, I was just like, okay, I don't know if Alberto Del Rio is trying to act the character like he is, like being a heel and actually being the shit out of Dolph Ziggler. But Dolph Ziggler actually looked injured during the match, and that's how well that Dolph Ziggler can sell. That's what makes Dolph Ziggler so amazing at wrestling. Even though he lost the world title, he's like a Shawn Michaels sort of character. And the thing was, obviously there's a massive difference between Shawn Michaels and Dolph Ziggler. There's obviously Shawn Michaels is better, but Dolph Ziggler is the future of WWE. Dolph Ziggler has to be, because I mean, you look at nowadays WWE. You see a lot of John Cena's, Randy Orton's, and all the baby faces, and WWE are really missing out on a lot of talent like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler obviously won the World Heavyweight Championship against Alberto Del Rio after the night after WrestleMania, which I said to a lot of people that was going to happen, and I was right. I wasn't 100% sure about the cashing in after WrestleMania, but I was right. And I was really glad, especially with probably the best crowds in the history of the PG era, and especially with the birth of Fandango's theme. Anyway, yeah, Dolph Ziggler is my man. I bet my money on Dolph Ziggler to win at Money in the Bank pay-per-view against Alberto Del Rio. I mean, I didn't really mind I gave a really long thought about the storyline, and it's actually been alright. I mean, especially when Dolph Ziggler, they're just playing the storyline about Dolph Ziggler's injury to his head, obviously because of Jack Swagger's kick to the head. Obviously started it all off on a SmackDown. I can't remember which edition of SmackDown it was, but it was before Extreme Rules. And it turned out to be an I Quit match between Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio. I did watch that. I did watch Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules was pretty shit, if I'm actually going to be honest with you. But there was some alright moments. Payback was obviously bad. But anyway, obviously I'm trying to keep on topic here. Dolph Ziggler is unfortunately happened through some injuries back in the past. Obviously with the head injury and everything else like that, and I mean, I really miss Dolph Ziggler, because I mean, Dolph Ziggler is a great competitor. I love to see him in these matches, especially back in 2009 when he faced Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam, or Kofi Kingston in multiple Intercontinental title matches. Absolutely incredible. I mean, Dolph Ziggler is the future of WWE. I mean, back in the day and in the Attitude Era, well, I don't know if it was actually Attitude, more than the Aggressive Era back in 2006, I can't remember exactly what events they were in, but I do know he was in the Spirit Squad, if that's what you call it. Yeah, I think it's called the Spirit Squad, and that's why I first ever saw Dolph Ziggler. And obviously back in that time he wasn't as great as as any other wrestler, because I mean The Miz was in it as well, and and now you look at both guys nowadays. They're former world champions, they're former WWE champions. Well, The Miz is a former WWE champion. The Dolph Ziggler, I think if Dolph Ziggler had a match against The Miz, I think that would actually be pretty interesting to watch. It depends if it's for a title or whatever. But I want the storyline what they've done with Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler has been pretty alright, I guess. Especially well, the good thing about it is that they've actually they've mentioned the injury about Dolph Ziggler about his head, and obviously that came into play and at the payback match, and that was probably, it was the match of the night, but it was also one of the worst endings I've probably ever seen in a wrestling match, especially for a world title. A kick, like multiple kicks to the head. It just reminds me of the Triple H and Sheamus feud back in 2010 after WrestleMania, when Shawn Michaels was when he retired after he lost against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26, and it just reminds me of I mean, like, obviously there was, like, it was the whole match involved. I mean, it was like, it just reminded me that when Dolph Ziggler was obviously like getting kicks to the head, a lot of like medical like EMPs and all that sort of guys just kept coming out and say, Ziggler, you need to stop, man, you need to stop competing and shit like that. And Alberto Del Rio actually played the character very, very well. It was a double character turn, as in, like, what I mean by that is in the face turning into a heel and a heel turning into a face. I'm not 100% sure if Dolph Ziggler is actually a face, because obviously Dolph Ziggler is currently meant to be a heel, but what I'm seeing lately on SmackDown, Dolph Ziggler is becoming more like a face, like, or a 50-50 sort of character. Alberto Del Rio is a just in case any of you don't really know, obviously if you have been watching SmackDown, then you know Alberto Del Rio is 100% heel. He is no way near a face anymore. People are booing him. He's actually a really great heel. I'm not saying he's the best, but he just reminds me of an Eddie Guerrero when he faced Rey Mysterio for the ladder match at SummerSlam for the Sun or whatever it was. But it just Alberto Del Rio is not the best character sort of guy in the world in wrestling, but I will admit his kicks, his like insecurities are probably like the best insecurities I've ever seen. Same with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's drop kicks are the most amazing drop kicks. It's like two guys are actually quite similar. Well, sort of similar. Dolph Ziggler, I believe, is the better wrestler. I think Dolph Ziggler is more of a speed technician who is very good at selling, and Alberto Del Rio is a great technician with a lot of submission grappling, like a Shawn Michaels sort of guy. And Daniel Bryan, obviously. Daniel Bryan's like more like a Chris Benoit. But, and again, Dolph Ziggler won the Money in the Bank last year, and obviously now he's obviously going to get mentioned like by the commentators, like, remember last year when Dolph Ziggler won the Money in the Bank? And at first I thought it was the most stupidest idea to make Dolph Ziggler win the Money in the Bank. Well, I'm not saying it was stupid for him to win the Money in the Bank, but what I'm saying is he wins the Money in the Bank and then loses the World Heavyweight Championship at the Payback event. And even though I just said I like the storyline, I just hate the fact that Dolph Ziggler is one of the most hard-working guys in WWE and then just loses the World Heavyweight Championship just like that. It's just unreal. He just comes back from an injury that was caused by Jack Swagger, and then Alberto Del Rio on Friday Night SmackDown before Payback, he's like a face. He's all pumped up. He's fired up. He's building momentum for Payback, and I'm like, okay, Dolph Ziggler is definitely going to retain. 100%, I can tell you, Dolph Ziggler is going to retain at Payback. And no, unfortunately, that doesn't happen. And I can tell you one good thing about Payback, the Payback match between these two, and one good thing about it and one bad thing about it. The good thing about it is that the heel turn and the face turn was very, very unexpected, especially when Alberto Del Rio won the World Heavyweight title. I was pissed off, but it was very unexpected, especially that Dolph Ziggler was like, he was selling it so well. It just reminds me of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, like at WrestleMania 26 when he faced The Undertaker in his very last match, he had all that emotion. He's like the never giving up spirit, that sort of character, and that's what I like about Dolph Ziggler. That's why he is the future of this company. Well, that's not the exact reason why. Oh, he's got him in the sleeper, and will he make Alberto Del Rio tap? I don't think so, since he's near to the ropes. Okay, I'll go through again, see what happens. Oh no, I think I'm too close to the ropes. Yeah, I'm too close to the ropes. He's gonna reach it. Is he? Yeah, he is. Wait, what a minute, that should have been rope break. There we go. Typical WWE 13. Yeah, so Dolph Ziggler is a great competitor. I can say him, like, I can talk about him all night. I mean, Dolph Ziggler is just such a great competitor. It's just, I love Dolph Ziggler's ability in wrestling style, his speed, his athleticism, his character. I can't even say athleticism. Oh well, but Dolph Ziggler, in my opinion, deserves to win the World Heavyweight title, become a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, and to be honest, I think everyone just wants to pretend that the Alberto Rio heel turn and title change never happened, because everyone's just really pissed off at the fact that Alberto Rio, he's a good wrestler and all, but he hasn't, how can I say, he hasn't really got a good character to be a World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, when he was a heel back in 2011 with CM Punk, when Alberto Rio won the WWE title, that heel was actually pretty good, because he actually started attacking CM Punk. He was attacking him and everything. He was calling him names. I mean, CM Punk obviously dropped pipe bombs and everything. I mean, that feud was brilliant. That was brilliantly done, and Alberto Rio played very well, and especially CM Punk. And this one, it's just so different. It's just the character. I mean, the character of Dolph Ziggler is not 100% great in this storyline, but I just prefer the heel of Dolph Ziggler and the face of Alberto Rio. That would have gone much perfect. I didn't really like the heel turn and the face turn, because Dolph Ziggler he's always been a heel. He has never ever been a face, and to be honest, it's going to be quite weird to be for a heel to be a face. I mean, obviously, throughout the year, it's been years and years in WWE when people turn face and people turn heel. It's just, I don't think it's the right moment for Dolph Ziggler. I think Alberto Rio should have won cleanly, and but what can you do, really? I mean, the match at Payback was good, but I believe that Alberto Rio should have won with like 2 or maybe 3 kicks and then win in a clean way, not in like in a dirty way when he just keeps kicking him in the face. Dolph Ziggler is a perfect heel, especially like in his feuds between John Cena when he had AJ and Big E Langston, or Chris Jericho at SummerSlam when he had Vicky Guerrero by his side, or Kofi Kingston with multiple time Intercontinental title matches, Rey Mysterio matches, Cody Rhodes matches, Money in the Bank matches, TLC matches. Dolph Ziggler has been quite through a lot throughout the past few years. And Dolph Ziggler is a great competitor, and as you can see, I just hit the zigzag. Is it over? New World Heavyweight Champion! New champion! No, he kicked out! That's my little commentating thing. But yeah, I hope you like my attires there, because I mean, Alberto Rio won the black one, the black attire with his black trunks. I think it was Money in the Bank last year. Yeah, I think it was when he faced Sheamus. And Dolph Ziggler's got this like nice light blue attire, which I quite like. Dolph Ziggler can wear anything, really. I mean, especially with his show-off character. Like I said earlier, it reminds me of Shawn Michaels. Dolph Ziggler is a very Shawn Michaels-like character. Like, he shows off. He's a ladies' man. He's got the great. He's got a good body. I'm not saying that in a great way, but he has. He's very athletic. He's a very great competitor in WWE, and the adult fans, the Attitude fans, absolutely love him, especially in Chicago. Chicago was absolutely going crazy when he hit the zigzag, or when he came out to the arena. They were all chanting his name and everything. I mean, wouldn't you love to have a massive crowd, especially the night after WrestleMania? The crowd was fucking crazy. Wouldn't you love that? Just to come out of the arena and thousands of people just chanting your name like that. And Dolph Ziggler is about to win. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Dolph Ziggler, the new World Heavyweight Champion. Well, this wasn't a world title match, because Alberto Rio wasn't the champion. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say about Dolph Ziggler. As I've said before, like, I don't know if like the 4th time now, that Dolph Ziggler is a great competitor. And I don't understand why WWE make others like I mentioned in my other video with Cody Rhodes, like, become big stars. I mean, they should, and I just don't understand. But whatever, we'll just have to see in the future. I hope you have a good time watching Money in the Bank. The SmackDown Money in the Bank and the Raw Money in the Bank are my main matches to watch, and the World Heavyweight title match between Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Rio. My money's on Dolph Ziggler. So if you have a good time watching Money in the Bank, because Money in the Bank is my favourite pay-per-view of the year, and hopefully this will be better than last year, even though Money in the Bank will never ever be better than the 2011 one, especially because of Chicago and CM Punk. But nevertheless, this event could be very good. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, it would very help. Peace, guys. Have a good evening.